What's up, movie trivia Schmoedown fans? Yeah, it's time for me to finally watch the pay-per-view from last week. The Mark Hanopik versus Mark Kalinowski 3 and Jeannine the Machine versus Marisol McKee. The undercard. I'll start with that one. Now, obviously, as you can see, I'm wearing the Corruption hoodie because I really like Marisol McKee. And I want her to win in every single match she ever goes to. However, I'm also a huge fan of Jeannine the Machine. I literally don't know who to root for, but I had the Corruption hoodie here, and I don't have the Stars hoodie. Or do I? Because I just got this thing in the mail earlier this week, or actually even last week. I just didn't really know when to open it. I had this big unboxing video for all the other Schmoedown merch that I got, and I said in that video that I didn't get the Stars one that I ordered, and I definitely remember paying for, but yeah, I didn't get that one. But I guess I got it now. I guess it came in a couple of weeks late, and I really couldn't think of a better time to open this, because well, I was kind of waiting for a match of the Stars. However, unfortunately, right now the Stars are really going up against someone I also really support in Marisol McKee. So, first of all, just for the unboxing part of it, I'm still not a huge fan of the Stars logo. I might prefer the Rock Stars logo from last season. But here we go, and I think this hoodie kind of feels a little bit different than this one. Almost feels like they're made of two different fabrics. But yeah, they're both the same color. I wish the logo itself was a little bit more brighter, so you can actually see it better on a black colored hoodie. But here we go, the Stars logo on a hoodie, and I'm gonna keep this thing right here in the background just to show that I am supporting both factions today. There we go, nice and pretty. So we can see the logo nice and clear. But I'm still wearing this because I was wearing it before I started the recording. So anyways, yeah, I got some popcorn here because I'm probably not going to answer any questions today because this is a singles match. And we all know how terrible I am at singles movie trivia. I'm really saving my brain for the Kalinowski-Mara match. But I'm still going to pretend to answer questions during this match, just for fun, just to keep the old blood flowing in the noggin. Anyways, Mark Hanopik versus Jeannine the Machine. I'm not gonna pick sides here. I wish both of them could win. But anyways, Jeannine the Machine versus Marisol McKee. Here we go. Oh. These two guys.
Hey, Madam President, how's your day going? I know your evening will go a whole lot better. Listen, about this whole Marisol Jeannine thing tonight, listen, yeah. I understand, but there's no way Marisol's going to actually beat Jeannine, okay? So there's nothing you should worry about, okay? It's going to be perfect.
Okay, I'm going to talk for a sec. Okay. I am worried. You're on thin ice with me. Marisol's been playing really well.
I don't know how to ice skate. I barely know how to skate.
You're on thin ice. Do you understand?
I do, but wait. She's been playing. You watch the matches?
I watch everything, Jay.
Oh boy.
Okay, it must be picture in picture. But listen, you ain't got to worry about nothing. Because look, even if she just so happens to absolutely some way win against Jeannine as Kevin Smith, she's not beating Kevin Smith. So then you don't have to worry about Shannon for anything. It all works. Okay. You should have faith.
Do you see that there's the pattern here that you keep telling me not to worry about this, not to worry about that, this. It's just a lot, okay? I got other stuff to do with. I gotta go, Jay, okay? Bye.
I don't know because I need this job. Oh, God, I just moved. And unpacked. I got bills. That's the rent. Oh, God, this is due in a couple of days. Don't leave, please. Oh, I need this job.
Poor Jay. Schmoedown versus from earlier, but whatever.
And hello, welcome to the movie trivia Schmoedown. It is Versus, and what a versus we have tonight. It is an absolute, this is a crazy pay-per-view. Corruption back at it again with two matches here tonight. And in the main event, this is a match, Mark Ellis, that has been in the works for about 3 years. And it is Konopik versus Kalinowski 3 for the Inner Geekdom Championship. The first time they met was in a 5-round match in a tournament that Mike Kalinowski was supposed to win. He didn't. Mara Konopik won it. She took the title from Jason Inman. And then at the Spectacular 3, she played up against Mike again. It went to sudden death. Mike took the championship. This is the rubber match. What a main event it is.
And man, what a build-up to this main event, because like you said, we've been waiting for this one for quite some time, between stoppages forced by the world events or people retiring and then coming back to the league. Finally, we have this Inner Geekdom all-time face-off. That's your headlining event, but as Christian, we learned this week, UFOs apparently exist and everybody knows about it. We have some other identified folks that are flying high nonetheless, with Marisol, Lady Justice McKee, and Jeannine, the Machine.
Yeah, this is a big match also, and obviously not just a big match for both the Stars and Corruption. It's such a big match for both Jeannine and Marisol, because this match is going to determine who plays Kevin Smith at the Collision in the number 1 contender match. Jeannine has won 2 straight matches. Marisol McKee has won 2 straight matches. They are ready. They are both ready. Jeannine the Machine has been in a position here before. She got just that close to getting to a number 1 contender match at the Collision a few years back when she just lost out to Mark Ann Draco. But this is an opportunity for her. She has been climbing back. She's been getting back, and now she is in the position. But in order to get there, in order to get to that number 1 contender spot, she's got to take out this just meteoric rise by Lady Justice Marisol McKee, who had a great performance last year. She did great in Deception. The question was, is that Adam Collins' teammate?
Right?
And it's so much more than that now. She wound up, because of the buzz that she got, Mark, and she wasn't taken by Corruption, but she was traded for when the Den got her in free agency. This whole thing happened. She's this big entity now, and she's been delivering on what she's promised to do.
Yeah, the story of Marisol and the Schmoedown so far really seals this league and this great game as a sport. I mean, you're talking about trades and free agency and getting on winning streaks, and then you look at her opponent today, Jeannine, who, between personality, strategy, gameplay, has become a fan favorite. And so there's going to be a lot of broken hearts tonight. Folks love these two competitors. Only one is going to get out of here with a W, and just as important, facing Kevin Smith at the Collision.
Yeah, it's a big thing, because we are starting to creep back into live events, right? When will we be doing live events again? We're looking into it. It should be happening soon. We're waiting. That's why we want you guys to make sure that you're following the Twitter account at the Schmoedown, going to the schmoedownlive.com. That's where you get passes here. If you're part of Patreon, patreon.com/Schmoedown, never a better time than to become a patron today. Patreon.com/Schmoedown. At the $10 level, you get all 3 of these pay-per-views, but when the live events come back, they're going to be part of those pay-per-views, and you'll get the live stream when we have it. So make sure you sign up today if you haven't already. The standings as we have it, Mark, we know that the Stars and Corruption having a bit of a rough start, but the difference is tonight, this starts to put them into that picture of the titles. Is one of these players has an opportunity to get that singles title, that coveted singles title that Corruption has held before. The Stars can do it, and to get Jeannine there, this is going to be a very emotional moment for everybody. This is going to be a big moment, because it's either that moment that we've been waiting for, right? To see Jeannine. We've seen what Jeannine's been doing in her career and how beloved she is, as you said, and all the hard work she's doing. And then you get Marisol McKee was a fan. She was a fan that was found in Orlando. It was very similar to what happened with Jada Paramo. We found her. She has become this star. Is this the next moment, or is it Jeannine's moment? We're about to find out in just a moment.
Yeah, there's something in the water down there in Florida where it makes people really, really good at probably being hydrated, but also knowing their movie trivia inside and out. Good, better, best. Never rest until your good is better and your better is best. These two competitors we're about to meet prove that, as do their factions, the Stars and Corruption. And for a look as to how we got here, enjoy.
Jeannine, I have to tell you, I've watched you play, I've watched you grow since your time in this league, and I feel like today you validated everything that I've been saying about you, that you are one of the best players in this league.
A lot of people know how good Jeannine is, but I know how great Jeannine is. And I'm ready for Jeannine to know that, and I think that today was the start of that on what's going to be a long journey of greatness.
Well, Video Drew pitched a compelling defense, and I expect no less from the tenured machine.
This was the first step for Marisol and Video Drew, a huge first step. Now Marisol, after this victory, will face Jeannine in a singles matchup in the march towards a potential title shot.
So, how do I feel about facing last year's rookie sensation, Marisol McKee? She's an amazing competitor. She's managed to do a lot in a short amount of time. She's been on a bit of a run. So have I.
Jeannine is one of the best players to ever play without a belt, and we're going to fix that one way or the other.
This is my senior year in the Schmoedown, so to kind of get these losses and, you know, kind of feeling down on myself, Roxy and the Stars gave me so much confidence. They went above and beyond for me. And I've been working so hard for so long, and I'm going to show that tonight.
What did I tell you? The Queen knows how to throw one hell of a party, doesn't she? In fact, the last one was such a rousing success, I decided to throw another one. And what is a party without an epic pregame? Machine, you'll always have me beat in the TikTok game, but you're out of your depth here. And in my short career, I'm already outperforming your entire one. There's something special about playing Jeannine because it reminds me a lot of a pod of orcas hunting a seal in the water. One orca comes up and flaps it with its tail and sends it onto an ice slab, and then the other orca comes around and eats it alive. Much like Mike and Chance and Deception, and likely Marisol tonight will do.
Sure, Deception beat Blackjack. But tonight, there's no Collins. And there's no Jacoby. It's one-on-one.
This is going to be a situation of two titans, one a fan favorite and one a new one, colliding with each other, and I'm ready to take it to the wire.
I haven't had to catch up with this sport. I was born for it. Today, this is my court, and you're on trial for obstruction of justice.
I've been the underdog since day one, and I know how to fight. Marisol has not been battle-tested, and I'll just enjoy being able to do it while Shannon sits on the sidelines crying about more than just that bad dye job.
Look, the hype is real for this match.
great
We know it. We've seen.
matchup
I've
these
been looking at you. Look, whether it's at Reddit or Facebook or Twitter. Jeannine has been paying attention, and Jeannine says, "Look, I've been here before. I get it. That's the new shiny toy. What you guys think is the new star. I've been there before. I've done that before. And for me, I'm going to prove to you guys that this is my moment. I was the original fan that became a competitor and started to really make waves. And you remember at New York, that's when it all changed. Jeannine came in here with a very different attitude. She was with Stacy. She was with Jay, and I think it took her a little bit to find her footing. And in that New York event against Chance Ellison, the crowd went with her. Her whole attitude changed on it, and she's just been a beloved figure ever since. Marisol McKee has that look and that fierceness of competitors that we've seen in the past. What happens here tonight? I'm excited about it. Who's going to face Kevin Smith? We're about to find out in just a second.
I used to be the shiny new toy around here, Christian. Now, just some old warhorse they drudge up and give spots at comedy clubs to, because I'm a legacy. My brother went to Faber, and now I believe you have something to yell.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown. 3 rounds in the singles division. Introducing first, representing the Stars, with a record of 5 wins, 6 defeats, and 3 knockouts. She is Jeannine, Jeannine the Machine, making her way. Jeannine, you know, you've been in this league now for a little bit, and you have been such a staple, whether it is Machine Mondays, whether it is your time with Stacy and Jay, to your battles against corruption, and now you're here again doing it once again with the Stars. What's different this season than seasons past?
I definitely feel a huge balance of support. My faction has my back no matter what. They know what I need. They anticipate what I'm going to need. And the support, I think, is 10 times what it was with other factions, I think.
And Jeannine, you also have more experience than your opponent, especially in big-time matches like this. As Christian intimated, you got oh so close to that #1 contending spot before, and now you're back here with another opportunity. So how do your reps and your experience over Marisol factor into tonight's matchup?
I mean, I've been scrapping and fighting in this game for 4 years now. So I've definitely been battle tested, and she has not. So I definitely am taking that as a huge advantage, that I know what to expect in this game. I can fight through difficult moments and persevere. And I don't know that she's really had to do that yet.
You've also shown that you can, for as long as you've been in this league, that you can not only scrap in the trivia arena, but on social media with these other competitors that you're going up against. And that is certainly seems to be the case with Lady Justice. The respect is there. We've seen that. But as you said, you feel that she's got to earn it a little bit more before she gets to that place, and you're going to stop her.
Definitely. I'm just kind of following the words of the amazing Kevin Smets. I'm just going against the questions today. She is just something that's in my way, and I'm playing my game here.
Great.
Well, good luck to you, Jeannine. We'll see you in just a moment as we bring in your opponent. And her opponent, representing Corruption, with a record of 3 wins and 1 defeat. She is Lady Justice Marisol McKee. Lady Justice Marisol McKee, the corruption theme blasts through as you have been blasting through here the last couple of months, whether it be in teams, whether it be in singles. This has been, you have made it clear that you want to achieve greatness in this league. How confident are you coming in here today against the Machine?
Well, Christian, the Machine is built for tough. Like she said, she's been doing this for a while. She's pretty steady, and you can't argue with experience, right? That speaks for itself. She's been upgrading left and right, and I've been paying attention. But all the upgrades in the world are not going to stop the fire that I have today. All right. I have been on this path since Shannon brought me back to corruption. Before then, that's what I entered this league with, this intention. I knew I was going to be getting better and better every day. And I think that I've done that in a shorter amount of time. I've really been able to fulfill my potential. And I think this is a case of two forces meeting each other head on. I'm fully prepared for nobody to stop me on my path that I have today. And similarly, what she's saying,
during the promo,
she's in my way.
great earrings on her.
I own an automobile
Earrings
that's Ford
shaped
Tough.
like
Well, it's a lease. You have a faction that is currently relying on you, Marisol, to score a lot of points, and the best way to do that is to keep winning and get into those big matches like what we're in tonight, what you could be on the precipice of. So how do you stay focused on this match? You have visions of Kevin Smith in your head, you have possibly a belt in your head, but how do you focus on your formidable opponent tonight?
By just that, by reminding yourself that it is one match at a time. I have my goals. I know what my path is, and Justice is patient. And she is doing what she's done from day one, which is just take it one match at a time. And I know ultimately what my goals are, but I have to face everything right in front of me. And there's a barricade in my way today, and I'm ready to knock it down.
Well, thank you to Lady Justice. We are now going to bring back the machine. So the machine and Marisol are ready. Round number one is about to begin. Mark, what are the rules?
Yeah, you see those pregame ceremonies. I am so happy that I'm just asking the questions and I have all the answers in front of me. Round number one, 8 of those questions emerge from 8 different corners of movie trivia Schmoedown know-how. Each question is worth 1 point. There is no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing, at least no tomfoolery in round number 1. Questions for the point, 15 seconds to get that correct answer written down. Once we ask you by name or nickname, please show what you wrote to your camera. At the same time, you verbalize your attempt into the microphone. You each have 3 usages of the JTE rule. Hey, he's back too. The JTE rule. If you need a repeat, buy yourself another 15 seconds to get that correct answer. Use a JTE rule. You also each have 1 challenge. You may utilize at any point throughout the 3-round match. Something seems fishy to you, bring in the managers, we'll deliberate and delineate to our heart's content, and then it will ultimately be your manager that makes the call as to whether the challenge will be confirmed. So, Christian, set up for quite an evening of pay-per-view spectacularity. It's not the official spectacular, but it kind of has that feel, doesn't it?
It does tonight for sure. It is a massive versus, and we are about to get it started. We ask Lady Justice, are you ready?
Courts in session, machine. Let's go.
The machine, are you ready?
Let's do this.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown. Round number 1, question number 1. We're going to start with fantasy sci-fi. Who plays the lead role of cellular biology professor and Army veteran Lena in 2018's Annihilation?
You know,
so Mark, these two have actually faced off this season in teams where we had a big fight back from Blackjack, who was under a big deficit and avoided the TKO. 5, 4, 3.
I don't know. I had
2,
3 names.
1. Pens down, hands up, please. We start with Marisol.
Natalie Portman.
That's right, Jeannine.
So it was
Natalie Portman.
1-1 as we get to question 2.
It wasn't the first thing.
And that is in the category of the 2000s and the decade of the 2000s. The question, Cameron Diaz, Lucy Liu, Drew Barrymore, Bernie Mac, and Demi Moore all appear in what 2003 action sequel from director Mick G? You and Mick G used to pal around, right, Christian?
I wouldn't go that far, but I ran into the guy here and there. We interviewed him at Collider Live. Very nice guy.
Okay. All right.
And 5.
Odd name.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Hands up, please. And Jeannine.
Charlie's Angels Full Throttle.
Full Throttle.
Correct.
But I
And
couldn't
Marisol?
finish it in time.
Charlie's Angels.
That being said, I would have done it.
You got a tie game as we move to
the repeat button,
question
so
3.
I'm giving myself the point for that. Suck it up.
Dramas. What 2019 film follows Zach, a 22-year-old man with Down syndrome who escapes from a state-run facility with the help of his elderly roommate to train as a professional wrestler?
And rumor has it, Christian, you, before moving to Hollywood, made a career out of professional wrestling yourself. Do you care to comment? Yes or no?
5.
Remains a mystery.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, hands up, please. And we're going to start here with Marisol.
The Peanut Butter Falcon.
Yes, and Jeannine.
Oh, of course.
Peanut Butter Falcon.
Correct. All right. So now we move on over. We move on over to the next question here, question 4.
Yeah, I don't have the answers in front of me. I was just hungry. Your next category, action adventure films. And the question, which buddy cop franchise features supporting performances from Joe Pantoliano, Gabrielle Union, and Vanessa Hudgens? You know, there was UFOs this week, Christian. What do you think?
Should I
Real?
give it a chance?
I've been saying it for years, but what do I know? I'm an idiot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, hands up, please. And we start here with, Jeannine.
I spelled it wrong.
Bad Boys.
Yes.
Okay, it's Bad Boys,
Marisol.
but I had
Bad Boys franchise.
Lethal Weapon.
So we have ourselves a
Little
4-4
Weapon.
game as we get to
I don't
question 5, and we're
I
going to
said I
go
was
with
gonna
some
take a guess.
directors
I
here.
didn't know the answer.
Which 1990 film marked the first collaboration of director Tim Burton and actor Johnny Depp? So you can see how much both of these competitors are just every single point counts here.
Locked and loaded.
Yep. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Hands up, please. We'll start with Marisol.
Edward Scissorhands.
Yes, Jeannine.
Edward Scissorhands.
I don't know why, but
We are tied up 5-5. No one
in
missing
the middle of
thus far
rewriting
as we get
this.
to question 6.
I forgot how
That's in the category of comedies. I'll take it. For a point, the question, Brittany Snow, Anna Camp, Skylar Aston, and Adam Devine have supporting roles in what 2012 musical comedy?
2012?
Starting to become a who's going to miss first type match.
I don't
which
think
is
it was 2012.
exactly what I thought we were going
Well,
to get.
you know, I'm not really playing, so I'm
Right.
going to take a
They
guess
don't look
anyway.
like they're blinking yet.
5, 4, 3,
Whoops.
2, 1. Pens down, and we start with Jeannine.
Pitch Perfect.
Yes, and Marisol.
I can't
Well,
avoid
I
this movie.
sort of started
Pitch Perfect.
writing Mamma
Correct.
Mia,
And
but
you guys are not too far away from a
my
perfect
brain
round.
went dead in
And
the middle
here
of me writing
is
this, and I
the
wrote down complete
7th
wrong
question.
letters for some reason.
Oscars. What non-English language film won the Best Picture Oscar in 2020?
And for clarification, film was released in 2019. It's the 2020 ceremony. They really confuse you with the years.
Yes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, hands up, and Marisol.
Parasite.
Yes, Jeannine.
Parasite.
All right, Mark. So here's where we stand at the moment. Both ladies here are at 7-7 with the final question. If they both get it
Combined with my
right, then they
score,
get
you
to
get
a bonus question. Here is the question, Mark Ellis.
And that's in the category of romantic comedies, you know, rom-coms. And for a point, the question, which actress stars in the romantic comedies Killers, Life as We Know It, and The Big Wedding? Boy, did Christian have a big wedding. That was fun
Wasn't
from
it?
what I'm told.
Yeah, you don't remember. That's why you thought it was big. It was
Not
moderate.
that much.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, hands up, and we're going to start with Jeannine for the perfect round.
Katherine Heigl.
Perfect round. And for Marisol,
Catherine Heigl.
wow, 8-8. What a start for both of these competitors here. And now we get to our bonus question because they both got it. Going to do it the same way we have been for the previous 8. Write it down, reveal it when ready. Here we go. Here is your question. Which found footage horror franchise has installments directed by Oren Peely, Todd Williams, and Christopher Landon?
I'm going with the only one I know.
Sounds like you made up those names. Did you ask a real question?
No.
We're going to the world of fiction.
Got to try to stump them. 5,
Nightfall.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. And Marisol for the perfect round.
Paranormal Activity.
Yes. And Jeannine.
Cool.
For my first ever perfect round in 4 years, Paranormal Activity.
You got it, Jeannine. So there you go. 9-9. What a battle it has been so far. And we're only through round number 1.
Okay,
Jeannine
I got 4
with
points,
9.
and now I'm gonna finish my popcorn,
Marisol
please,
with 9.
because
And
I'm not
here
getting any
is
points
round
after
number
that.
2. Mark, what are the rules?
Fitting to pivot from paranormal activity because so far these ladies appear to have supernatural intuition, and in round number 2, they're going to use some of that to spin the wheel. It's where we need your powers to land. It is virtual. We did not have the money to send you each a wheel, so you spin it with your mind. Once you settle on a category, 4 questions emerge from that realm. 2 points is the value of the question, but if you need multiple choice to get that correct answer, ask us. We're nice. We'll give it to you, but at that point, the value of the question does drop to 1. That's important to remember because stealing, thievery, tomfoolery is available in round number 2. So whoever was initially asked the question, should they unfortunately miss it, their opponent may pick up and steal the points. So Christian, JTE rules and challenge is still intact. And right now it's tied. And so by way of default, Marisol Lady Justice McKee will have a decision to make. Marisol, would you like to spin first or defer to your machine opponent?
I would like to say to the machine, welcome to the Perfect Round Club. It feels pretty good, right? It's a good place to be. I've enjoyed it myself. I would like to spin first. Mark, thank you for asking.
Wow, Marisol McKee doing exactly what Marisol McKee has been doing. All right, so Marisol McKee is going to go first. We will remove Jeannine the machine and bring in Shannon.
Shalom.
60
That
seconds.
is what
man.
I like to see. I told you they're going to want a really competitive match, and that's exactly what we're getting here today. Are you guys all not entertained already? I mean, look at this.
I'm entertained.
Look at this stunning beauty you're all seeing on screen. I'm talking about you, Marisol. You're doing phenomenal.
Oh, I thought you were talking about you. Okay.
Thanks.
So here's what I want. Here's what I want out of you is just to stay in this lane. Just keep cruising, okay? This is the round that's going to separate the ladies from the machines. So let's get that wheel up and let's get a good spin, okay?
Let's do it.
Look what she
Not
did
that
there.
it's within our control.
All right, here is the spin of the wheel. And obviously, going to be looking for one of her strengths. If she doesn't like what she gets, she can spin again, unless she lands on opponent's choice.
There's some interesting categories in there, Christian. Some newer, fresher categories, it looks like.
No.
Oh, no! It's
It is
opponent's
opponent's
choice.
It lands on opponent's choice. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to go to Jeannine and Roxy. All
Not ready. Oh no.
right, 60 seconds starting now.
Oh my god, I'm so proud of you. I'll talk about that later though. Okay. What do you want to do here, babe?
I know we talked about some things.
Yep. And some information came to light really right before this. I think that
Is she okay?
I think that we have a tough choice to make here. And I'm going to listen to your gut on this one because right now you haven't been wrong yet. But what my advice is that we're okay with any of the 3 things that we are thinking about going with.
Yes. So I'm going to say they don't like to have fun and corruption. And statues of justice don't look like they dance very much. So let's give her a dance.
I think that's a pretty great call. And I want to dance all the way home with you. Oh my God. I was really hoping I was not on screen right now. I'm so proud of you.
I love you.
Get rid of me. Get rid of me.
All right, time to get rid of the stars and bring back.
What?
All right, so Lady Justice, you have been given dance movies. You're going to get 4 questions in the realm of dance. Are you ready?
I'm ready, Christian.
All right, here is the first one. Which MCU actress played a young ballet dancer named Eva in the 2000 film Center Stage?
That would be Zoe Saldana.
That is correct for 2 points.
I think she's Soldana, but
All right, here
that's
is
not a
the
challengeable
second one.
answer, so whatever.
In Magic Mike, the kid's first performance is to the cover of a Madonna song. Which song does he strip to?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Like a Prayer, B, Papa Don't Preach, C, Like a Virgin, D, Express Yourself?
I think either Express Yourself or Like a Virgin makes sense for something like this, but maybe Like a Virgin. Because, I mean, it's his first song. I haven't seen the movie clearly, but, I mean, it's his first song is
4,
coming out song to
3.
Take 1 free repeat.
On the choices. All right, so you will get A, Like a Prayer, B, Papa Don't Preach, C, Like a Virgin, D, Express Yourself.
I'm going with Like a Virgin because it sounds like a song someone would come out to for their first stripping, whatever you call it.
C, Like a Virgin.
It's correct for 1 point.
See, I told you so.
All right, here's the next one.
Guess I'm getting more
Which
points
hit
than I thought I
song
would.
was performed by Bill Medley and Jennifer Warnes and served as the theme for Dirty Dancing?
The theme or the final song? Wait a minute.
A Time in My Life.
It's incorrect.
Yeah.
So, Jeannine, what hit song was performed by Bill Medley and Jennifer Warnes and served as the theme for Dirty Dancing?
I've had the time of my life.
It's correct for 2 points.
Oh.
All right. So
they needed the
right now,
name of the
so there's going to be who's challenging?
Could be a challenge.
Challenge that too.
Okay.
Okay. Going to bring the managers in.
All right. So we're bringing the managers in. Shannon and Marisol, what the challenge?
Absolutely. Based on President of Roxy's past challenges and the good old benefit of the doubt rule, it is very, very, very clear that Marisol knew the correct answer. And there's nothing in there about song titles. There's no other song out there like it. So I think it's a worthy challenge. I think we should institute the benefit of the doubt rule and award her the 2 points.
I think there is another song.
Fair. All right. And the counter for Roxy and Jeannine?
There are tons of other songs that reference time of your life. She didn't even really say the time of my, she said and kind of stumbled at the first part. And there's a big difference between getting a letter wrong in something and missing multiple words at the start.
She said time of my life.
You guys both had your you guys both had your arguments, and now we will go and we will deliberate. We'll come right back.
It wasn't the song
Time of My Life in A Bug's Life. And that's my favorite Pixar movie, so don't you argue with me on that one. And yes, A Bug's Life is my favorite Pixar movie. What of it? I like the underdogs. Some of the time. The challenges taking some time. I could just skip this, but it'll kind of wreck me later in the editing. So I'm just gonna watch a nice challenge logo going up and down for a few more seconds. I gotta say though, there are a lot less challenges this season than the last season. Like, especially in the live events, because last season there was like 3, 4, 5 challenges in a single match. It was crazy. Especially in the Star Wars division, I think. But Star Wars has a lot more challengeable questions, I think, because of the crazy level of specificity there. It's a long challenge. A lot of different songs to go through.
All right, and
there we go.
We are coming back.
We are coming back.
All right, Mark, with the ruling.
All right. Well, after consulting with the judges, our ruling is as follows. The song is technically called I've Had the Time of My Life. However, YouTube, Google, any search engine you prefer, listed multiple ways as I've Had the Time of My Life, as The Time of My Life, and also, and the most popular usage is I've had is in parentheses, the time of my life. And so the ruling is that the challenge will be upheld. The points will be awarded to Marisol McKee for the simple reason that if we asked what a popular Roy Orbison song is, and you said Pretty Woman, the actual song title is O in parentheses, Pretty Woman. We would accept Pretty Woman, and we will accept Time of My Life as a correct answer.
All right.
Good
thank you to both managers. Thank you. And so with that, also Corruption will also keep their challenge after winning it. So the updated score at the moment is 14-9 with Marisol getting those points. And here...
Now it's going to be 16-9.
Is that the
14.
case?
It was,
No, I think she got her.
Time.
It's 14. It's 14. Yeah, it's 14.
All right, sorry. My bad.
It's okay. It's 14. She had
I get it. You only asked 3 questions.
All good. So here is now. This is Marisol's final question.
Can we redo that?
No, we can't because we're
live.
We're doing live.
Here is the question.
Not going well for old Mark Ellis.
Marisol, which actress plays the evil Velma Von Tussle in 2007's Hairspray?
I only ever saw a stage play performance of that.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Okay.
For 2 more points, Marisol McKee sees herself with only 1 multiple choice and has a strong challenge, winning that challenge, and sees herself 16-9 after that fight there. So now we are going to remove Marisol McKee and bring in Roxy Stryer.
69.
60 seconds, Roxy.
Okay, I'm back and I'm ready and better than ever. Listen, she may have one time of her life. Let's have the time of our lives right now. Let's spin this wheel. Let's see what we do. They got lucky with that challenge. Good for them. She had a decent round just that now. Good for her, but she bleeds. We just saw it happen. Guess who hasn't bled yet? Guess who has not bled yet? That's you. This is your time, your game. She's really good, and her time will come, but it's not today because you've earned it. 4 years. 4 frickin' years. Let's spin the wheel, see how we do.
All right. Thank you, Roxy. Here is the spin of the wheel by the machine. And Frank Capra is the category. 60 seconds.
All right, I know we talked about this also.
Well, Frank Capra loves a good underdog, so I say we stick with it.
Okay. I like a good underdog too. But Jeannine, I gotta say, after today, I don't know that you're gonna be an underdog for long. I think you're a top dog. Let's give this a shot, but I know you've got this. Use whatever multiple choice you need. But I'm ready for you to win this, and I know you are too.
I am.
Let's go.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate that from Roxy. And now Marisol is back. And Mark, Jeannine has to answer some questions. And she's going to do it in the category of Frank Capra.
Frank Capra is the category. And your question for 2 points, unless you need multiple choice. Kicking things off. Which legendary crooner stars in the 1959 Capra comedy A Hole in the Head?
That would be Frank Sinatra.
Okay.
Old Blue Eyes himself is correct, and Jeannine is 2 points closer to Marisol's lead. Here's your next question. Which Capra film follows a naive man who is appointed to the United States Senate and soon collides with political corruption?
Mr. Smith Goes to Washington.
They have a pretty good football team there, too. That is correct for 2 more points. And just like that, Christian, 2 questions remaining in round 2 for Jeannine. She's cut the lead to 3. She has an opportunity to possibly take a lead into round number 3. We're not there quite yet. Where we are is your penultimate Frank Capra question. And it is. Frank Capra received his first Best Director nomination for what comedic film, which was released in 1933?
Lady for a Day.
Is correct for 2 points. It's a 1-point ball game right now. Jeannine the Machine, with the correct answer, could tie or even take the lead as we careen into the final round. Here it is. In which Capra drama does Ronald Colman star as a diplomat who discovers the enchanted city of Shangri-La after a plane crash?
This is for you, Roxy, and your dad, Lost Horizon.
Very sweet answer there, and it's a correct one, too.
Wow.
It is now Jeannine the Machine leading McKee by 1 going into round 3.
Wow, 17-16, a perfect round by the machine, not even blinking during those Capra questions. And we see ourselves 17-16 as we get to round number 3. Mark, what are the rules of round number 3?
The rules of round number 3 are as follows. Each competitor is going to give us a series of numbers. Yeah, we need 3 numbers from each of you. These numbers may range from 1 to 20. You may not pick the same numbers as your opponent. The Schmoedown isn't just picking numbers in round 3. Those numbers correspond to a unique category of movie trivia Schmoedown enthusiasm. Your first question is going to be worth 2 points. Your next one, 3 points. Your final question is worth 5 big points. So it is the machine enjoying a slim lead here. So, Jeannine, you can give us your 3 lucky numbers first. From 1 to 20, what feels fortunate?
3, 6, and 9.
3, 6, and 9 for the machine. And for Marisol?
Let's go with 15, 14, and 4.
14, and 4. All right. So what we will do, 15, 14, and 4 for Marisol, 3, 6, and 9 for Jeannine. So we are going to remove Marisol McKee and bring in Roxy.
3, 6, 9. Damn you, fine. Jeannine, this is your day. This is your year. The thing is, though, like you're starting over, there's no pressure on you. This is just like you said. You are answering the questions. Every question that is asked to you, that's all you need to pay attention to. We are 3 questions away from moving forward in this. And this is your time. And again, Marisol is good. She's really good. And she'll have her time. You're great. And this is it right now. How are you feeling with those sexy numbers?
I'm feeling really good. 9 is in my name. It's the lucky number. So let's go.
Take your time. You never know what kind of questions they can ask you here. So you've given yourself a great position. You've got your JTEs. Take every second that you need. And let's bring this home.
All right. Thank you, Roxy and Jeannine. And we're going to get back to corruption. All right, Shannon.
What's that, Marisol? Look at what you did in round number 2. They gave you what they wanted, and you did not drop the ball. You gave them 0 points to add to their score. She spun something that she wanted, and she went perfect in it, which is fine and great. All things considered, you're down by 1 point.
Yeah.
They thought they were going to sink you with dance movies, but you are unstoppable. Okay? Round 3 is your round 2. You're incredible in round 3. So trust your gut. Take your time. You've got all 3 repeats. If something sounds fishy, guess what? We still got a challenge in our quarter that we can use. So take a breath. Take your time. Don't overthink too much. You know how 2s and 3s and 5s are structured. Okay? You're a smart player. You're a fabulous player. They're having their their pep rally over there, but the game's not over. 1 point. You got this.
Roxy's saying blood, but I don't really see any blood. I haven't missed a question, and I'm not ready to start. Let's finish this game.
All right, thank you. The corruption. All right, so our competitors are back. Round number 3 is about to begin. Mark, we're going to start with Lady Justice, who chose category 15 to start with. Those would be the 2010s.
Yeah, it's not just anything in that decade. It's movies in 2010s. And Marisol, your 2-point question for the lead. What actor co-starred alongside Jaden Smith as Mr. Han in 2010's The Karate Kid?
Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan.
We got a new leader at the top of the board.
For 2 points, and she does take a lead here, but now it is Jeannine the Machine who is going to choose, who's going to answer in the realm of action-adventure, in a film of action-adventure.
Yeah, we stay early in the alphabet, and Jeannine, your question to possibly take the lead back in action-adventure. Steven Seagal plays Chief Petty Officer Casey Ryback, a former Navy SEAL who now serves as a personal cook on the USS Missouri in what 1992 action film?
Okay, that's definitely tougher than the question Marisol got. I'll say that.
Under Siege.
It's the best in that weirdo's library. That is correct for 2 points. And now it is on the premise of a Steven Seagal question, the lead of the machine. We go back to Marisol McKee for her 3-pointer.
That's right. It's 1918, and the scrap continues as we get to the next category for McKee. It is category 14, and it is in romantic comedies, rom-com.
For brevity, we will say rom-coms. Thank you, Christian.
Rom-com,
And
excuse me.
for 3 points, Marisol, and a 2-point lead, your question. In what 2010s rom-com do a comedian and a grad student fall in love but struggle as their cultures clash and a mysterious illness affects their lives?
Yeah, I missed one detail. Just repeat it once for me. Can I use
First one?
Yeah.
You have 2 JT rules remaining. In what 2010s rom-com do a comedian and a grad student fall in love but struggle as their cultures clash and a mysterious illness affects their lives?
The Big Sick.
Is correct, and now it is McKee with the 2-point lead. Lady Justice leading the machine currently, but now, Christian, it is Jeannine's 3-point attempt.
It is. And now we are going to jump to Jeannine's 3-pointer. It's the category 6, and it is sports. Sports. That is the question there. Here is the question mark.
Keep going perfect.
Movies that center around athletics, or at least use them as a backdrop for the lead, Jeannine. In the film The Trouble with the Curve, who plays former player and now scout Johnny the Flame Flanagan?
I'm sorry, you froze for me. I guess I'll use a repeat.
Okay. First one.
Repeat. 2 remaining. In The Trouble with the Curve, who plays former player and now scout Johnny the Flame Flanagan?
Five, 4, 3.
Justin Timberlake.
Is correct for 3 points. And now the machine back on top by 1. It is 22-21. Childress to Duncan here as we go back to Marisol McKee for a 5-pointer. She's got to have.
What an absolute battle this is. It is now the 5-point question for Marisol McKee. She hits it. It bounces back to Jeannine. However, if she misses, then Jeannine will go on to play Kevin Smith at the collision. All right. Here is the question mark and the category, for the 5-point question for Marisol. Horror.
Christian doesn't like these movies. I do. And now a question about it. For 5 points, the lead, and to stay alive in the match. What horror icon portrayed the character of Francois Delambre in both 1958's The Fly and its 1959 sequel, Return of the Fly?
Five, 4, 3.
Repeat the question, please.
Second one.
You've 1 remaining. Your question. What horror icon portrayed the character of Francois Delambre in both 1958's The Fly and its 1959 sequel, Return of the Fly?
Five, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Last one.
All right, here we go. Category is horror, and the question, what horror icon portrayed the character of Francois Delambre in both 1959's The Fly and its 1959 sequel, Return of the Fly?
Just for a guess, I guess.
5.
Vincent Price.
I had something in mind, but...
Is correct, Christian. And now Marisol McKee on that 5-point hit forces the hand of the machine. Marisol in the lead, and now it all comes down to this question.
This is insane. Right at the last second, Marisol McKee hits that one, but now it throws it to Jeannine, and we are right back to where we were. If Jeannine hits it. Jeannine goes on to play Kevin Smith at the Collision. However, if she misses it, then Marisol McKee will go on to play Kevin Smith. All right. Here is the question mark. The category is thriller.
Fitting for this match that is possibly an all-time great. Here we go. Jeannine the Machine for her 5-pointer and the win to advance to a number 1 contender match. Who plays Bart Mancuso, commanding officer of the USS Dallas in The Hunt for Red October?
Five, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Second one.
Okay. You have one remaining. Your question in thrillers. Who plays Bart Mancuso, commanding officer of the USS Dallas in The Hunt for Red October?
Five, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat
1.
the question.
Last one.
All right. And it is category thrillers. The question, who plays Bart Mancuso, commanding officer of the USS Dallas in The Hunt for Red October?
Kevin Pollak.
And your winner, advancing to the Collision, Lady Justice Marisol McKee. The answer was Scott Glenn. Scott Glenn was the answer. Scott Glenn, but what an absolute scrap and just slugfest down to the wire. What a fight. 26-22. Lady Justice taking it. A lot of emotion as we see in both the faces of Shannon and Marisol. Well-deserved. Well-deserved. Great match. And we will see you guys in the winner's circle with Jen in just a moment. Was that the main event or was that the undercard?
Yeah.
I don't know what that was. That wasn't an undercard because that was the best performance of Jeannine the Machine. She had that one. That just came down to it. There was that one match. I'm gonna guess maybe she didn't see the movie. That's what maybe, and that sometimes happens to the competitors. It's just that you get that movie. I didn't see that one. Damn it! But nonetheless, she should really. I know they're going to be devastated by this, but they're still. That shows you why Jeannine is as beloved as she is. What a battle! What a battle!
You really see the ecstasy of victory, the agony of defeat, and tears flowing for a number of reasons here tonight. And for this old softy, who's just a fellow who enjoys a good game, holy crap, what a match that just was. Undercard on a pay-per-view? Sure, technically, yes. This was an all-time great, and we witnessed possibly two all-time great players competing in it. Went down to the wire. Unbelievable performance by both Lady Justice and the Machine. They can walk out of here holding their heads very high.
Yeah, and Lady Justice, obviously, you saw the emotion. She's going to that number 1 contender match. She's going to play Kevin Smith. She is 4-1 now, and she had to earn it here. Jeannine really made her earn it. And now we're going to be joined, Jen will be joined by both Lady Justice Marisol McKee and Shannon Barney. Jen?
Yep.
You're muted.
Congratulations, ladies. I have to say that was one for the ages. Marisol, obviously super emotional right now. Tell me what was going through your head during that last round.
Everything, a lot of adrenaline, Jen. I knew this was going to be a battle. I knew it was going to be a battle, and I could not be more thrilled to say that it did not disappoint in the slightest. I wanted literally the best possible opponent and I can get, and I got that today. I got that. I can't even talk crap right now. I can't. Right. Give me a second. Not right now. I just thought I got.
You don't have to talk crap, honestly. I think that it goes to show you just how strong not only you two are as singles players, but just the level of competitor you both are. And I think you've got to give it up to Jeannine for the way that she was able to hang in there with you today. Just you guys took each other to their limits, honestly. That was a spectacular level match that we
This
just
has
witnessed.
nothing to do with us. Like, I know that that's like I'm proud of it. I'm proud that we're both two amazing women. But today, and the skill on display today has nothing to do with the fact that we're women. These are just two elite competitors playing today and going to the wire. Period.
Sorry,
I
agree with Marisol.
and I'm really proud to be a part of this
Sorry.
match. And this victory feels absolutely unbelievably amazing. And I'm still shaking. And yeah, I'm incredibly proud of every single inch of everything that just happened.
One thing,
Shannon, you're just absolutely beaming over there, and it's not just your blonde highlights. How are you feeling right now? I feel like you and Roxy obviously have just such a storied history with one another, but I feel like today even brought out the best in both of you as managers.
Listen, I'm not even that blonde. It's just the angle. There's a lot of like my natural color still in there.
She's like, there's layers, Jen.
It's very dimensional. Okay, look, nothing. There's something to be said about women who hate each other and how powerful that is. But there's also something to be said about women syncing their periods together and being an unstoppable force on all four ends. I mean, I don't know. I think we're all timed at the same time together. It's so weird. Did we all just become best friends? I don't think so. Definitely not. But look, Roxy put herself together the other day, and I appreciate that. And looking at her looking like okay brings out the best in me, and it brings out the best in everyone that's around me. I like to lift people up, Jen. I like to make people feel good about themselves. You know what I mean? What can I say? This was an incredible match. I can't even fake the funk. I hate Roxy to death, but and I hate Jeannine too. And Jeannine took us to the limit today. And the only one who played a perfect game today was you, Marisol. Again.
Yeah.
Well, I have to give full credit to my manager here. I felt it in my gut. I knew it, and you beat me to the punch on that challenge. You knew it too. That wasn't you followed your instinct before I did on that one, and I would not be sitting here if it weren't for Shannon Barney. And I have to give her full credit for this today because she pushed me. She I'm trying to play the best game I can, but I can't play my best game without the best manager by my side. And she pushed for it today, and you made that challenge and you got me to my perfect game. And I literally could not have done this without you today, Shannon. I need to give all credit to her.
Okay, I'll save it to the end. Never mind.
So, ladies, with this match in the books, let's talk about the future. You now have a number one contender match. A number one contender match. Let that sink in against Kevin Smith at Collision. How are you feeling about this? I mean, I know you've just started celebrating. It's a lot to think about going forward, but I mean, wow, we're here already.
I told you this justice train was coming. I told you. It's coming. It's coming, and I'm going to do everything in my power. I'm firing on all cylinders, and I'm going to do everything in my power to take it all the way. That's what I'm here to do. And bring on the Collision. I could not be more stoked. I'm ready.
Well, congratulations, ladies, on a well-fought victory, and honestly, putting on one of the most historic matches I've seen in my history being here at the Schmoedown. So, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's your time, Marisol. It's your time.
It's the time of justice.
Look, this is the emotion there is obviously well deserved, and you look at how happy they are because of the fight that they put. That was just an incredible match, and I think that Marisol said it best. Doesn't matter if it was a man, woman, whoever. That was just two people who knew their movies and knew how to play this game, and they should be very proud of the match, and they are. But Marisol McKee, she is going to face Kevin Smith now at the Collision.
Yeah, and what you saw there was, look, knockouts and TKOs are great. You get more points for your faction. You can penalize the opponent faction, but there's just something special about truly getting pushed to the limit by one another and emerging victorious, it means something. But it's also very special for Jeannine, Christian, because the battle that she put up, going perfect until that very difficult 5-point question, it's something to revel in and learn from that experience. We talked about how she had the experience factor over Marisol going in here. Jeannine just took one of those losses we have seen form champions. That could be in her future as well.
Yeah, it was a tough one. It's a tough one because of how incredible she played. I mean, it was a great rematch, and we've seen the greats. You know, look at Adam Collins. The same thing happened to Adam Collins.
Yeah.
He went pretty much perfect for his match against Merle, and then he missed his 5 at the end. And so this is a tough one, and I'm sure we're going to hear a lot of that right now from a very Roxy's been. I got to say something about Roxy Stryer. You can see how much every question that's answered, everything that she puts in, the amount of work that she puts in, and things just aren't breaking for her this season. She said that, and this is something that every one of her competitors goes out there and just puts on such a fight, and it's because of what Roxy does as a manager, and I think that should be stated. But she's going to be there right now with Jen and Jeannine the Machine. Jen?
Oh, I love you so much, Jeannine. Sorry, Jen. I know
wanted it
you
so
talked
bad, Rox.
first,
I wanted
but
it so bad.
I know. I just love you so much. I just feel so bad for you right now because you played your heart out and you would have beat 99 competitors in the league today. I don't even know what to say to you because you are working so hard. You can't do more. You cannot do more. And
Jeannine, I have to echo everything Roxy says, and that is that was one of the best games, if not your best game I've ever seen you play here. And down to that 5-pointer, this was your match.
I owe that to the Stars and Roxy. I've never played like this until I was with the Stars and Roxy.
you did it today, and you
true.
can do it
That's
again.
true.
And we're just going
No
to
one
keep
was
hammering
able
it until we get there. Like it came down to one question, and it is what it is. This happens in Schmoedown. That question was really hard. It was a really hard.
The one movie I haven't seen, and
it was a really hard question.
As an interviewer, I am required to try to remain unbiased, but I have to say this is a heartbreaker for even me to watch because I watched you bust your ass and grow as a competitor since the day you came into this league, and this was a different level of machine that we've seen playing lately, and things just didn't go your way. So I am with you 100% understanding and feeling that heartbreak with you right now. But Jeannine, please understand that there are so many people watching right now that are feeling this with you because they've been on this journey with you, and you're not done. By a long shot, girlfriend.
You are
like, please just look at this loss today as another chance to grow and to know that your time is here and it's coming and it's so close and it's so tangible. And I hope that you don't forget that.
Oh, never. I mean, the machine has gotten a full upgrade with the Stars, and I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping.
It's like Tesla. They just download it. I don't know.
The good thing is it stays with you. Everything that we've studied, everything that you've learned, every lesson, every bit of growth, it's not gone because of the loss today. And to anybody out there, the only thing that is gone is anybody out there who is a moron who thinks that you can't do this, because nobody watches this match today and thinks anything other than you're going to have a belt and we're going to go get it. And it's just taking us a long time. And I don't know why. I don't know why the Schmoedown gods, that this is the universe we're in right now, but it is. And there's going to be a reason for that when we finally have a belt on, and it's going to taste that much sweeter. But this, I can't lie, this sucks. And I hate that we are digital right now, because like, I want to hug you so bad because you are such a champion. You are such a champion. You had a perfect round 1 and a perfect round 2 today, and you have never done that before. And that means that you're going to have a perfect round 3 also. You're a star.
Jeannine, so I have to ask you, this is the first time that you and Marisol really obviously had this kind of bout with one another. What are your thoughts on her as a competitor?
Well, I met Marisol in New York as a fan, and she came up to me and just told me how much seeing me as a woman of color in this league meant to her. So I knew probably before anyone else how hungry this girl was. And, you know, I told her, if you want to do it, go for it. Join the family. Christian watches the family. He will find you because you are that hungry. So I did this to myself, essentially.
Listen, you always want to play the best. You've always wanted to.
So yeah, I knew how hungry she was as a fan when I met her in person, and she told me how much she wanted this and how much she wanted to represent ladies in this league. So I knew how amazing she was from day one, and I knew it was going to be a fight, and I had to match that. After 4 years of playing in this game and fighting my way to get to a level where I knew I could, you know, take out the big guns, I had to give it my all today, and I think I did that. So congrats to her, and I hope to face her again.
Roxy, I'm gonna pivot to you for a second. In echoing what I said to Jeannine, I don't know that there's many managers that care as much as you do and put in the amount of work that you do, and just simply for whatever reason are just getting bad luck this season. Where do we go from here? How do we rebound? And honestly, just I'm at a loss of words for you.
Yeah, I think, well, the first thing we do is graciously say to Marisol that she is one hell of a player, and I hope she, it's hard to root for her while rooting against Shannon, which I'm wildly always rooting against Shannon, but I hope that her looking up to people like Jeannine causes her to wreak some havoc on this Schmoedown and just barrel her way through, because she is a beast. And if she's going to take out Jeannine, then she better go do some damage. And then what do we do in terms of Jeannine and the Stars? I think we first have to have a major team meeting, because I need to make sure that all of my players realize that we are the best faction. They are incredible. We are doing everything that we need to be doing right now. And it's just not happening for us. And that doesn't mean that we don't stay the course. We have a long season ahead of us, Jen. And I've seen what happened. And the person who's seen it more than me is Shannon, about last year, going from last place to first place. And
Absolutely.
I know that it can be done. And then we have to figure out exactly who we have our eyes set on, which is always for Jeannine the best. She always wants to play the best. We were never afraid of anybody who came in our path, because Jeannine's like a secret weapon that continues to be the underdog, because nobody ever expects her to be as great as she is, except for the Stars, because we're studying with her every day, so we know what she brings to the table. So we've got to figure it out, Jen, is the answer to your question. We got to figure it out.
Well, incredibly tough loss, heartbreaking loss today, ladies. And I love both of you. And if this weren't digital, you would get the biggest hug from me.
We need it.
But, yeah. but just know, there are many people out there that are feeling this loss with you and are here to support you and lift you up however the best we can. So
Thank you.
You're going to keep kicking ass, lady. All right.
Hell yes, always.
Stay the course. Stay the course. Back to the desk.
All right, let me echo that also. There was a match that I can't remember which match in particular that happened at the old Collider Studios, and Jeannine had fought her heart out at the time, and it was really close, and it was similar to what happened here today. And I put my arm around her, and we started walking, and I'll say the same thing that I said to her. She is such a powerful force inside of this league, and it is exactly what she just said, of how Marisol went up to her and told her how important she was for Marisol to see Jeannine competing, for other little girls out there like my daughter to be seen, to someone to say, keep going, keep pushing forward, keep doing it. That is what Jeannine the Machine embodies. That is what that is why she is so loved in this league, because she never quits and she keeps going. And if anything,
never give up, never
proves that, it's what she did here today.
Very well said. Beloved by movie trivia Schmoedown fans across the globe, but more importantly to the people in this community, she does all the little things, all those things that don't necessarily get mentioned or get seen on camera. She's there to pick other people up when they're down. She has put her arm around many a competitor and manager and fan just to brighten up their day. It's all those sorts of tiny little items that don't really show up in a stat sheet that makes Jeannine the Machine one of the greats in the movie trivia Schmoedown. And today, it was her having one hell of a matchup against the Marisol of Easttown. Marisol McKee, late justice, taking the win here today in one of the toughest battles that we have witnessed. You and I have been doing this for some time, Christian. This one ranks right up there.
This was a great match. I mean, this was a great match. I was in the edge of my seat. This reminded me, you know, Jen mentioned about getting back in studio and wanting to be in studio. This reminded me of a studio match. This didn't feel like a digital match. I felt like I was watching them both and watching the energy was going back and forth. Watching Roxy from the sidelines cheering every time Jeannine got something right. Shannon losing it every time Marisol got it right. The challenge, all of it. It just played in because it was even the challenge. Even the challenge was one of those challenges where it was a very well thought out challenge. There were things that happened as far as the way it was, the discussion, everything. It wasn't one of these, oh, why are they challenging? It made sense. All of it made sense. And what does make sense because of the way Jeannine played, the reason why, not only just because of that one particular question, but it's also because of the determination of what Marisol McKee has proven, the type of competitor that she is. And she kept moving forward, gets opponent's choice, keeps going. And Marisol McKee now finds herself in a number one contender match in her sophomore season in the Schmoedown against Kevin Smith, another sophomore, 3-0 against now 4-1, who Marisol McKee. This is going to be some match at the Collision. McKee versus Smith, number one contender match. Take that. See how Marisol McKee, any after show that's going to have her on, ask her that question. You're sitting in the audience in Orlando thinking about this and that, or in New York, and someone says, hey, in a year from now, you're going to be, or 2 years from now, you're going to be playing Kevin Smith in a number one contender match. She'd probably tell you you're a lunatic. So this is why the Schmoedown is as important to me as it is, because of matches and competitors like this.
Yeah, I echo those words 1,000%. And for Kevin Smith, he's watching this match right now. I got good news and bad news. The good news, you don't have to play Jeannine the Machine because she is a formidable opponent. The bad news, you got to take on Marisol Lady Justice McKee. That could be an all-time collision. And while this would have been a great headlining pay-per-view match, Christian, we ain't done yet.
No, Shannon's not done yet. If Shannon thought that the stress levels were big on that match, well, she's got another one coming up in just a moment. That is right. 3 years after their last battle, Mike the Killer Kalinowski going up to try to capture his third Inner Geekdom Championship. He wants to be the first person to ever capture the Inner Geekdom Championship for a record third time. But in order to do so, he has to face the amazing Mara Kanopic, the only woman to ever win an individual championship. She's looking to become the first woman to ever defend an individual championship for the first time. She has to do it against Mike Kalinowski, the guy who took the belt away from her back at Spectacular 3. She beat him in a tournament match. It is 1-1, and the rubber match, it's moments away. Mark, this is going to be some kind of battle, my friend. I'm glad that I'm calling it with you. I'm glad that we got to see such a great match that we just saw in the undercard. Sit back, everybody. Relax. We're going to be right back in just a bit.
Okay, so it's a tough, devastating loss for the Stars, and we saw it on Roxy's face. I'm guessing something else happened that she just didn't want to mention it on camera, because she said new information came to light. I hope everything's okay. I hope all is good. But yeah, like I said, tough loss for Jeannine the Machine. Easily one of the best competitors in the Schmoedown, man or woman, black or white. She's one of the best. And I really thought she was gonna get that 5-pointer and beat Marisol, and I really thought that was going to happen. It was just didn't happen, and now we are where we are today. But I mean, as far as losses go, she lost to Marisol McKee. Like that is nothing to hang your head on. That is nothing to be ashamed of. She played beautifully, both of them, and just, it just happened to swing one way and not the other. With a match like this, like I said earlier at the beginning, I hope both of them win. Unfortunately, that's impossible. One has to lose, and today it was Jeannine. And, well, Grace isn't going to be happy about this. Either way, I only got 7 questions right. I said it earlier. I'm not planning on answering any questions right now, and to be honest, I'm kind of not really confident on me answering any questions correctly in the main event, which I will be watching in a few minutes, but, I mean, my head is in a different place today. I don't know what happened to me today. I missed certain questions that I should have gotten. Just something's wrong with my head. More than usual, but, yeah, I'd be shocked if I could at least get a few questions correctly next one in the main event. A, it's a championship match, and B, I'm not in the right headspace right now. But I'm still gonna power through this and watch the main event. Now I'm just gonna change from these clothes and switch into the dungeon, because, yeah, that's right, I'm on Mara's side. Sorry, Mike, I love Mike so much, but it's Mara I'm supporting today. So thank you for watching if you have, and I will see you guys on the main event in just a minute. Goodbye for now. Hello again, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed this video, because I really enjoyed making it. So, if you like what you've seen here, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more awesome content like this. So, until next time, guys, I'll see you guys next time.